We're early, guys. We're early. We're so early. This is why the stock hasn't pumped. Wall Street hasn't got caught on to Zeta yet. But when they do, we will reap the rewards. You got to stay patient. You got to be able to your stocks to sometimes sit for a year or two before it makes a big round up. This is why you need to have more income than expenses, patience, and this is enough time that you buy more of your favorite company on sale. Because when it runs, you're gonna wish you would have bought more. What's up, fam? Welcome back to J Russ TV. If you're new to my channel, leave a like, little comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think of this video. If you're trying, I appreciate you tuning back in. Let's go ahead and get into the video. Stock portfolio update. Just gonna give you an overview of what's been going on in the markets this week, today, and then I kind of want to make this video particularly for Zeta. Zeta is one of my biggest conviction stock plays right now, and they just had one of the biggest partnership of the company's history with Palantir. So I'm gonna dive a little deep into that, give you some context, and let's give an overview of the market. So let's go ahead and get into it. As you know, I like to start off with the fear and greed index. We're currently at 25. We're at extreme fear. Now, most times in the market, when you're at extreme fear, that's usually a good time to buy. Let's see. Previous close of extreme fear. A week ago, we were at fear. A month ago, at greed. A year ago, we had greed. So we're moving from out of greed into fear, into extreme fear. Now you're probably like, Jay, why is the reason for this extreme fear? It's a couple of different reasons. Quick overview right here. As investors weigh cooling inflation data against significant volatility in technology and AI sectors, S&P remains flat. Traditional sectors like industrials have reached record highs, providing counterbalance to the AI trade. So yeah, main thing from what I've been seeing is Apple. Apple fell more than 6% after announcing price hikes, sparking concern about consumer demand. Essentially, if Apple is increasing their products, I know the MacBook's going up like 200. That means there's going to be less demand for those products because memory costs are so high right now. Micron has had their great earnings report. It flew up 12%, 15%. And they're saying, they're still seeing demand and it's going past 2027. And they're saying once the physical AI demand comes online, it's going to be even crazier. So that's one of the reasons right there. Like I said, Micron surged over 15% over its beat guidance. AI cooling, uncertainty regarding timing of OpenAI IPO. They just said they're going to be pushing their IPO back because the market's a little shaky right now. Reports of heavy spending weighed on AI winners like SoftBank, which plunged over 12% in Asian markets. Yeah, I think South Korea had a big effect in the market this past week too. Commodity gold over 2%. And then there's a lot of rate hike fears. Wars just had his first meeting the other week. And then the Japanese yen weakened past 161 against the dollar, reaching its lowest level in 40 years. But yeah, Wars had his first meeting. It wasn't bad. It wasn't bullish. It was kind of neutral. They left rates where they were at. But market banks were coming out saying we're getting 3 rate hikes this year. So the stock market is shaky. And investors are shaky right now, especially when the banks come out and say that. Me personally, I don't see rate hikes. I don't really see no reason to do rate hikes. Oil is starting to come down. Haven't heard too many talks about the Iran war and things like that. From what I know, they have some type of MOU signed agreement. Oil's down. So it's kind of like, okay, what's the bear case now? And I guess now it's, the memory prices affecting consumer products mixed in with like slower demand from what I'm seeing right now. Now to go ahead and get into the stock portfolio, currently on the day we are down 1.25%. It's currently 4:30, so the market just closed. On the week we're down 5%. Month we are roughly flat. 3 months still up 57%, which is good. So like when you have a big boost like that, you can't really be complaining too much. Year to date we're up 28%. At a peak I was up almost 40% on June 1st. Quick overview of just some of the plays. Nvidia, no new news. Meta, they're adding prediction markets and they've gotten hit bad this week again, down 4%, down 10% on the month. Yeah, I think they said they might be incorporating prediction markets in here. But Mag 7 has just been getting hammered this year because they're the one funding this AI trade and all of the spending currently. So I'm slowly adding to my meta. AMD had a week as well, week as well, down 2% on the month, still roughly up 5% through the month. We already know had a great return on the past 3 months. So far, getting beat. Nebius on the week is down 15%. 240. That's not too bad to get in. If you're looking for a pullback to get into Nebius, this may be it. Not gonna lie. And it failed to. I was loading up like this June. When it hit 200, 210, I was loading up here too. And then it spiked all the way up to 280, 290. And then it came down. So this is not a bad buy right here, in my opinion. But the main thing of the show is Zeta. Zeta. As you all know, if you've been following the channel, Zeta is one of my biggest conviction plays right now. It is in the SaaS sector, so it's been getting hammered all year. It looks as though it's recently broken out, like early June, late May, early June. It broke out to the 25, almost 26, and I thought that SaaS was coming back, but as you can see, that was a fake out. People took profits and put it in the semis, of course, but it's still a good sign. From the technical side, I feel as though we can create a bottom around this 18, 19 and not go back to the 16, 15s, 14s. That's cool. I'm still adding. I added when it went up to the mid 20s. I've been adding now, back at 18, back at 17. I'm still buying. And this partnership with Palantir really just increased bullish my thesis, man. Bullish. It just further backs up my thesis. Now, I wouldn't say early Palantir investor. I started investing in Palantir like end of 2023, early 2024. And because I saw the commercial side of the business and just the technology, the AI technology, the ontology, their Foundry platform, the Gotham platform, all those type of things. Over into the tech, and I saw the type of good that this product can help companies. And as you can see, I'm up over about 200% on my Palantir position. Now, Wealthmatica, he's known as Mr. Zeta on X. He suspected Zeta and Palantir may have a partnership coming soon, which made sense because Zeta is more so the consumer marketing ontology layer, and Palantir is like the operational enterprise type vibe, and coming together can make a really good partnership because the amount of data and intent data they both of those companies have, and boom, we got news that they partnered with each other. Major. Big news. Zeta Global and Palantir announced a strategic partnership to build a unified data and AI infrastructure for the future of marketing. AI infrastructure. This isn't just no willy-nilly partnership, guys. AI infrastructure. As you know, I'm building my portfolio around the infrastructure of AI. You're going to have a lot of applications, all those type of layers. I'm investing in the infrastructure layer because that's going to be the toll roads 5, 10, 15 years from now when all these new companies are building their company AI first. You need the infrastructure, just like with cloud. You have to build data centers. You need the infrastructure so businesses can build in the cloud, which produce great businesses for the future to come. Shopify, building on the cloud. All these businesses are built on the cloud now. Same with AI. By combining Palantir's AI infrastructure with Zeta's intelligent decision and trusted data, we're creating a new standard for driven agentic marketing. Palantir will support Zeta's go-to-market efforts to bring this vision to eligible Palantir Foundry customers. So Palantir is literally going to be recommending Zeta's marketing efforts and business intelligence. Zeta is a business intelligence company. That's the long-term thesis. Marketing is just to get their foot in the door. Helping enterprise connect operational intelligence, customer intelligence, and marketing execution on a unified foundation. With Zeta's data cloud re-architect on Palantir's Foundry. So they're literally re-architecting the data cloud on Palantir software, which is the best software in the game. Athena by Zeta will be able to draw a richer enterprise data that churn Intelligence is a real-time decision and measurable outcomes at enterprise scale. Actually, let me go to the article real quick. I think they said something about, yep, here we go. Palantir and Zeta are using ontology to create the next generation marketing environment, giving Zeta all the advantages of AI while protecting against many of the known dangers, said Alex Karp, co-founder and CEO of Palantir Technologies. Bringing together containerized architecture and AI in the context of marketing will transform this industry. Palantir has built the infrastructure the world's most sophisticated institution runs on, and Zeta has built the intelligence infrastructure that powers how enterprise acquire, grow, and retain customers. Together, we are bringing AI-powered marketing to those same organizations on a platform they already trust. So imagine Palantir already a $300 billion company, it fell off bad. Wall Street darling a year ago, now that you're getting hammered. But we already know Palantir is used by the government. It's well known. And now imagine Palantir going to their clients and say, hey, you all want better intent data, better marketing, better everything? You all need to partner with Zeta. Point blank, period. That's what it's saying. The next generation of enterprise value creation will come from connecting operational intelligence with customer intelligence. We believe this partnership can drive more than $100 million in annual revenue to Zeta in the coming years and help define what winning looks like in the agentic era. Keep a pin in that because I'm going to be dropping a video soon on how agentic AI will create the next millionaires and my investment thesis on that. So there you have it, guys. There you have it. Now we're going to dive a little deeper into this partnership. To keep it simple, to give a high level or breakdown of this. Shout out to Wealth. He puts great graphics together. So basically, the equation is simple. Operational data plus consumer data equals richer intelligence, which equals better outcomes. For Zeta, more operational data leads to better intelligence, better outcomes, and ultimately more client spend. So you have one flywheel that's already in motion at Zeta. And for Palantir, more consumer data leads to better intelligence, better outcomes, and ultimately more client spend. Zeta has the consumer data, Palantir has the operational data. They're matching and twinkling with together to basically see this, Zeta is incentivized to push as many of its clients as possible into the Palantir stack, and Palantir is incentivized to push as many of its clients into Zeta services. In effect, the success of one platform enhances the value of the other, creating a self-reinforcing flywheel that incentivizes both companies to expand each other's footprint. So here's a visual right here for all my visual learners, But this is major. Like, it shows that I have a good edge in this business technology because I peeped Palantir somewhat early. I'll say early because before the major run up. Because I'm a tech nerd geek and I don't know completely everything about Zeta and Palantir and software and all that. I'm not OC, but I know enough. I'm smart enough to connect the dots and understand where the puck is going in the future. I did that with Palantir. I did that with NVIDIA. I've done that with AMD. I've done that with Hood. Some of my major winners. Look at my stock portfolio. I really revealed my whole stock portfolio. Last week, I got a new video. Go check that out. And look at some of my wins. So I'm not just saying anything. One dude over here talking about who gonna take advice from John Morant with glasses. Hey, the proof is in the pudding, my guy. The proof is in the pudding. But yeah, and now I've been investing in Zeta for about a year now. I'm early, but I saw the similarities with Zeta and Palantir, and now they just had a partnership. I'm good at something. I'm good at something. You feel me? Now he goes a little deeper. I don't want to get too deep in the woods, because even I get confused sometimes too. But I just want to keep it at a high level. At a high level. So I'm gonna cover this real quick. He said, originally I suspected due to timely announcement of the Snowflake OSI partnership, Zeta and Palantir would utilize the joint development bridge designed by Snow to facilitate this relationship. No, I was wrong. It's 100x better. Zeta will indeed be re-architecting its core cloud database on top of Palantir's Foundry. This means all of Zeta's current clients will likely be routed through this ecosystem, unless they opt to utilize the other cloud platforms. This may seem confusing, but it's actually expected, as Zeta is an agnostic provider after all. Agnostic means they can work with different people in the industry. They don't have to stick with one client. The move to Foundry has several benefits for both Zeta and Palantir, which we just went through, but overall, it's just it's a I won't peek at that. It's a very bullish, very bullish time for Zeta. Today, we did have a bad sell-off this past week. That's the month. We popped up here, as y'all can see. We were trading at $18, popped up when the partnership came out, and it sold right off. It sold right off, guys. And if y'all know me, I went shopping. I bought more, and I'll continue to buy more. Does it hurt in the short term? I had one of my friends, mention to me, like, I just bought. It's down already. SaaS is getting hit. And it's like, this is the time where you want to be buying these companies. This is the time you want to buy these companies. You don't want to buy it up 6% today. You don't want to buy it when it's big. Look at all the semiconductor stocks. Look at SK Hynix. Look at Micron. They're up 300% year over year, 1,000%, whatever you might have it. Zeta is year over year is up 26%, but year to date it's still getting spanked. It's down 6%. Now I think we bottomed, but we just saw a month ago what it can do in like a week, 3-4 days, from 16 to the 25 in like a week. 20 to from 18 to 25 in like a week, guys. We've seen it happen before. That's why we need to have patience. Gotta have patience. And I've been buying. I'm gonna show my receipts right now. I've added some of my call options, but even here, I've been added to my position. This is this week, June 24th. I added like 5. Added like 350 this week. Added 350. I'm still buying, and I've added some more to my call options. And if it sells off after this major Palantir partnership, it's on sale, guys. You all should be buying more. You shouldn't. It's gonna hurt right now in the short term. I've been buying for over a year now, about a year and a week now. But in hindsight, it's like, imagine if I would have just got known to Zeta right now, and I had 3-6 months to maybe build a position out, versus I've had a year to build a position out. And that position is massive, guys. It's pretty big. And when Zeta takes off, it will I want these positions to really see the benefits, to reap my rewards of, the research I'm doing, the hard work I'm doing to invest in these companies. Zeta will create wealth, life-changing money for a lot of people, including myself, and I'm still a big believer. This is not financial advice. Do your own research. If you're scared for the stock to go down and you need this money in 3 months, do not do that. This is money I've been putting in this company for a year now, and I'm more than happy to buy more. OpenAI partnership, Palantir partnership, Snowflake partnership, and just look at where this business. This is a $5 billion. This is a sub $5 billion market cap company. Where's it at? Market $4.72 billion market cap company. Where all-time highs were in 2024, and it peaked at like $35, 38, I think. And the business is dramatically better now than where it was in the 2024. And we're still sitting at lows. We've been consolidating for about a year straight. 24, drop back down, 25. We've been consolidating this range. This is when you want to accumulate. Like around here. Consolidating for a little minute, probably a year or two. Then boom, big run up. Everybody down. Y'all get the picture. This is a sub $5 billion company that partnered with Palantir Technologies that is up 300% in the past 5 years. Year is down because it's a little, it's probably fair value now. A $270 billion market cap, $5 billion company. We're early, guys. We're so early. This is why the stock hasn't pumped. Wall Street hasn't got caught on to Zeta yet. But when they do, we will reap the rewards. You got to stay patient. You got to be able to, your stocks to sometimes sit for a year or two before it makes a big round up. This is why you need to have more income than expenses, patience, and this is enough time that you buy more of your favorite company on sale, because when it runs, you're going to wish you would have bought more. JRUS TV, we out. This is the biggest partnership Zeta has ever had. It's major news. Don't feel the type of way because it's not getting the publicity it should a year ago, like this joint would have popped. But JRUS TV, we out.